Hello everyone and welcome to Motorcyclegear.com. Today we're taking a closer look at the Sand 5 pants, jacket, and gloves from REV'IT. Let's kick off today's video by taking a look at the Sand 5 H20 jacket first. Keep in mind this is the 5th iteration of the Sand line, and you don't get to a 5th iteration unless you are doing something right. REV'IT does consider the Sand line an iconic part of their lineup, and this 5th version really is an evolution of the Sand 4, which did many things really well. The Sand 5 H20 jacket qualifies as a multi-season, multi-purpose riding jacket, and it does lean towards adventure riding. It's available in sizes from small to 4XL, and I would say that it fits pretty true to size. Typically at 6 foot, about 215 pounds, I wear a size XL in most REV'IT jackets. Here I have an XL on and it fits me exactly as I would expect it to. So my general size advice is get whatever size you normally get in REV'IT and you should find a good fit. Overall fit of the jacket is more of a regular fit, meaning that it's not too tight or too sporty, but definitely not loose either. Now we are looking at the men's jacket here, but ladies, if you do like what you see, REV'IT has you covered, as there's also a Sand 5 ladies version as well. Let's jump into the colors real quick. There is a gray, dark gray, the sand blue, the silver anthracite, the black anthracite, as well as the silver blue, which obviously does feature red on it as well. Like the Sand 4, the Sand 5 is a 3-layer jacket. We start off with the outer shell or the protective layer. It does earn a CE AA rating. You do also get a waterproof liner. It is a destination piece or a finished liner, which means that you can wear it either on the inside or the outside, as well as a standalone piece when you are off the bike. Lastly, you do also get a thermal layer. This too is going to be a destination liner, which means that you can wear it off the bike or underneath for that added extra warmth. Let's go ahead and jump into some details. We will start with the front of the outer shell. Overall construction is going to be a combination of high density polyester. It is going to be 600D. There's also going to be some 3D air mesh as well as polyester ripstop, and then stretch mesh to add some extra comfort and mobility. Alright, so to get into the jacket, we do have the main zipper here. It is a good size, tough looking zipper. It does also have a very nice pull tab, which is going to be big enough for you to operate with your gloves. Now you will notice that this zipper is not waterproof, and this is something that REV'IT did on purpose. Their argument is that waterproof zippers are kind of a pain to deal with. They're a little bit harder to zip, a little bit harder to unzip. So the way they got around that is they used a regular zipper, but then they added a flap behind the zip to still keep all the elements out of the jacket. Alright, so moving on from the main zipper here, we do move up to the collar. The collar I have seen on multiple different REV'IT jackets in the past, and if it works well, why change it? Really cool system here. You do have a button closure. It goes ahead and snaps right here, and now your collar is closed. What's cool about that is you can actually adjust how tight you want your collar to be, so this little tab here can move back and forth, really allowing you to customize how airtight or how tight around your neck the collar is. Now, if you choose to not button it up and you want a free collar, this can start to flap in the wind, which can be a real pain. Cool thing about that is as the button on both sides, what you do is you fold it on itself, you click it to this button right here, and now your collar stays open without this part flapping in the wind. So very convenient, works really well, and like I said, I've used it on multiple different jackets from REV'IT, and is a really nice system. The collar itself is really nice and soft, has a good padding to it, very comfortable on the neck, absolutely no issues here. Alright, and then moving down from the collar, you do get a nice graphic here on the chest or collarbone area. You do get a bit of reflective material as well. I do think the graphic is nice and subtle, but it does break up the overall total color, so kind of a nice way to mix it up a little bit. And then you'll also notice here there are these hoops. There's one here, there's one here, and one here. What these are basically built for is to allow you to run hydration if you wanted to run it through the jacket, or really can be used for other purposes as well. And then moving down from the graphic, this is where the main ventilation on the front of the jacket takes place. You'll notice both sides have a system in place. It is going to be a Velcro up top right here. Once you undo that, you will notice there's two zippers. Undo the zippers, the flap comes down, and you do have a full vent panel right here. Now what's cool about this is in the past, most jackets have a similar vent system. The whole flap opens, you tuck the flap in underneath, and basically you have all the airflow. It really has always been kind of a all or nothing situation. Either it's all the way open or all the way closed. In the case of the Sand 5, you do actually get this button right here. You can fold the flap in on itself, clip it into this button, zip it up a little bit, and now you kind of have a halfway vented instead of an all the way vented. This helps you kind of control the airflow a little bit more and does give you a little bit more customization than in the past. Another nice touch here is when the panel is out of the way, you will notice there's a mesh here. Now in the past, for example, Sand 4 and other jackets as well, you have a very basic flat mesh here, and what happens is when the wind flow hits it, that mesh is going to stick to your body, making it kind of difficult for the air to come through and channel through your body. Nice thing here is this mesh is actually raised a little bit. It's more of a 3D lifted mesh, and so it actually helps create some channels to let the wind flow into the jacket and around your chest, cooling you off that much better. You do also get these straps right here. They do have little hooks, so you can actually hook things into them. You can also use it to run that hydration line as well. All right, and then as we move to the front, we do have the main pockets here. Now, a couple of things to mention on these pockets. Right off the bat, you'll notice the zippers are not waterproof, so you would assume that they're not waterproof pockets. However, if you do unzip them, you will notice that these actually come out and they're folded over. So the zipper itself is not waterproof, but because the pocket is folded over, it'll actually keep water out of the pocket, thus making it waterproof. So really nice setup there. Again, you fold it over, you zip it up. You'll notice that everything tucks underneath this flap right here, including the zipper, and that way everything is nice and protected. Good size pocket. I can fit my hand in there pretty comfortably. I do wear a size large glove for reference. They could be a tad bigger, but honestly, they're not small either, so really, decent sized pockets. The main thing about them that I do like though is if you look at the Sand 4 jacket, I think one of the main complaints about the Sand 4 is that the front pockets were just a little bit puffy, and they really kind of stuck out and looked kind of bulky on the jacket. So you had a really nice slim looking jacket, and the pockets kind of ruined that look. On the Sand 5, however, REV'IT took that feedback and made the pockets much slimmer, and as you guys can tell, they're much more flat, much more minimal looking, and they don't stick out on the jacket as much. So definitely a nice upgrade from the Sand 4. And then I did mention earlier that the main zipper here does have the flap behind it. You will also notice that there are little covers here. These are great to have, that way when you do have the jacket zipped up, it does add a little bit of protection here. That way if you are touching your tank, it'll keep it from scratching. And then you'll also notice that the jacket line goes like this and bends up a little bit. This is going to allow for better mobility of the rider. It gives you a little bit of room to kind of bend a little bit more so you don't get caught in the jacket as you might be bending forward or squatting down if you're off the bike. So a little bit of extra feature there, and again, a little bit of protection against scratching your tank. As we make our way to the side of the jacket, you will notice there are two different adjustment belts right here. This is going to be great for getting that perfect fit and comfort in the jacket. The bottom one here adjusts like a normal belt would. The top one is a little bit cool, a little bit different. It's the same adjustment system, but what's different is you do have these tracks here that actually allow you to move this adjuster up and down. So depending on how you're built, you may want this closer to the bottom, you may want it higher up top, but really gives you that much more customization in the fit, making sure that the Sand 5 jacket fits your body exactly as you want it to. Now, if you need even more adjustment past the two straps right here, you do also get a pull cord here on the inside. You tighten it down by pressing the little button here, and that's going to make it so the jacket is really tight against your waist, further allowing you to keep all that weather outside of your jacket. So again, a lot of customization and fit. You've got the drawstring here, and then you do have the two belts as well. Let's go ahead and make our way to the sleeves. Start off at the top right below the shoulder. There is a nice 3D REV'IT logo. It is a rubberized one, and again, it is 3D and lifted off the jacket itself. I do like how these look, so happy to see these on this jacket. They look kind of premium versus a regular printed on logo. You've got one on each side. Right below that, again, on each side, you do have a nice reflective strip. Pretty thick strip, pretty long as well, kind of goes around the entire arm. So really nice to see that. Adds that extra nighttime visibility. Moving down from there, you do have some extra prints here on the panels. A little bit of extra protection against wear and tear, so it looks good here and here as well. And then as we make our way to the inside of the sleeve, you notice a couple of things. One, you do get more adjustment here. You do have a nice little belt for making it tighter or looser in the forearm, and then you also do get a bicep button tab, so you can actually adjust the bicep fit as well. So you've got tighter or looser. depending on, you know, if you hit the gym or not. So definitely a lot of adjustment in the sleeves, making the jacket that much more comfortable and obviously fitting you that much better. As we look at the zippers here, a couple of things going on. In the bottom here, you have a zipper. This one is going to be to open up the jacket. This is going to be really more of a convenience piece for getting the jacket on and off easier. And then you do also have the adjustment here with the Velcro tab to make the cuff tighter or looser. My only complaint here is that I wish there was some sort of a tab here connecting the two. That way I could potentially open up the zipper, let it flow air without having it totally flap open and flap around in the wind, right? So if there's an extra tab right here to keep that together, that would be nice. Now with that said, if you do want some extra airflow in the sleeves, you do have this whole section right here. It does unzip and you get quite a large ventilation panel. Now the cool thing about this is they thought about how this works in the real world. Now the problem is with items like this is that when the wind hits it, sometimes it actually forces it closed and doesn't give you the airflow that you're looking for. Well, they thought about that. There's a little button tab right here. You go ahead and pull it out. You go ahead and connect it to the sleeve. And now it's actually forced open. And this is going to allow the most airflow you can get while you're riding because it is actually stuck open rather than being able to get closed in on itself. So really nice thought here on the Sand 5. Really nice work from REV'IT thinking about that kind of a situation. Making our way to the back of the Sand 5 jacket, you do get a nice hook up here. It is going to have a nice red color to it, and it's a great way to hang your jacket. I do like these being featured because one, it makes it easier to grab the jacket if you're carrying it around, but two, if you come back from a long ride, your jacket's wet, your jacket's dirty, you don't want to take it inside the house, put it on a hanger. A nice way to hang it up in the garage, let it kind of drip and dry out. So cool feature there. Right below it, we do have a nice REV'IT logo. This one is going to be kind of printed on, and it does have reflective material in it, so really nice touch on the back for that visibility. And then obviously right below that, we have the main opening flap or the main exhaust vent. You'll notice right here, a little bit of a graphic. The graphic itself has just a small bit of reflection to it, but the main reflection is this part right here. And then just like on the front, you do have some lines for hydration or anything else you want to hang on there. And then again, you do have a nice Velcro right here. Two zippers that open up, and then you get that giant panel on the back for all that air to come out and give you that nice breathability. Again, like the front, you do get that raised 3D mesh. This is going to give you the opportunity again to let that airflow go through instead of being pressed up against your body. You do once again get that button where you can actually fold it on itself to give yourself that control of just having it halfway open, or like usual, you can unbutton it, tuck it in the bottom, and have a full-blown open airflow. And like on the front, you do have these nice hoops here that you can run things through or hook onto depending on what you want to do with them. All right, and then as we make our way a little bit lower on the back, you will notice a couple of things. There is going to be a pocket right here. This unzips. Quite a large pocket, about 2 hand sizes right here. Again, size large gloves, so that gives you a rough idea. It is going to be a mesh material that does breathe. Couple of options here. You can use this to store items such as your liners that come with the jacket, or if you would like, you can actually use this to clip in a hydration pouch, slide it on in, and you do actually have a pass-through right here to run the line out from the pocket up. You've got a tab right here, and then it connects to the rest of the tabs that are on the jacket. So really convenient hydration pouch back here, run the lines, and you've got water the whole time you're riding. Otherwise, again, great for storage. Obviously not waterproof because it is just mesh, but still great for storage overall. And then on the bottom, as usual, you do have the slightly longer back. This is great as when you are bending forward, gives you a little bit of extra coverage on the back of the jacket. Let's go ahead and make our way to the inside of the jacket here. This is going to be the inside of the main outer shell. I did go ahead and remove both of the liners. I'll show you those in a second. Very simple procedure for removing them as well. You do have buttons here on each side. They unsnap. There's buttons inside the sleeves as well to keep the sleeves from moving up and down as you're taking the jacket on and off. Once you unbutton all of those, the liners come right out. Very simple and easy process. Now looking at the inside of the jacket here, you do get a nice little mesh liner. It's going to keep you nice and comfortable. It's also the place where all the armor is stored. You do have a large pocket back here for the back protector. It is sold separately, but it is going to be a C-Soft Level 2 back protector from REV'IT. They do tell you the type and size right here. Nice and convenient, that way there's no guesswork involved. Outside of that, another additional optional protector is going to be the divided chest protector. Right here you do have some Velcro. slides right in here. Obviously one on each side, and you can get that optional divided protector. Now what is included is going to be C-Soft level 2 armor in the shoulders and in the elbows. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the shoulder because it's easy to get to, but obviously the elbow ones look very, very similar. So Velcro right here, go ahead and pull them out. Again, it is going to be level 2 C-Flex armor. You do get a T plus and a T minus on there, which means that it is tested for both hot and cold temperature. A lot of airflow with the vents right here, and it is quite flexible and quite moldable, so it is comfortable armor, especially considering the fact that it is level 2 protection. So again, good armor, C-Flex included on both the shoulders and the elbows. Moving on from the armor, you do also get a connection zipper, both a short one here at the bottom as well as a full long one. What this is going to do for you is allow you to mat up perfectly to the Sand 5 pants, or really any other REV'IT pants that have either the accessory or that do have a built-in zipper, whether it's short or long. Outside of that, not a whole lot going on when it comes to pockets on the inside. You do get one on each side. Right below where the chest protector insert is, there is going to be another Velcro pocket, about a little bit smaller than my hand. Obviously it is going to be mesh, so it's not going to be waterproof or anything like that. And again, you do have one on the other side as well. Alright, so moving on from the main shell, this is going to be the included waterproof liner. In my opinion, a very good looking liner. It is actually finished, which means that you can wear it both on and off the bike as a destination piece if you want to wear it on its own, or if you want to wear it with the jacket. Now the cool thing about that too is you can wear it on the inside of the jacket or on the outside, really giving you that versatility. Couple of things to note here: you do get a reflective REV'IT logo right here on the chest. You also do get a reflective stripe on each bicep right below the shoulder area. Again, nice and wide, does cover the arm kind of going around, so it really gives you that nice nighttime visibility. Another thing to note here is you do get some Cordura fabric actually on the liner itself, so it does have some abrasion resistance. No, it is not going to be as strong as the outer shell, but you do get some, so that's kind of a nice feature to have, especially if you're wearing this on the outside of the jacket. It'll kind of make it a little bit more tough, a little bit more resistant to some of the things that you might be throwing at it. You'll notice the buttons here as well as right here. That is the way that it connects back into the jacket if you are wearing it on the inside. Main flap here opens up. You are going to have a couple of things going on for the waterproof feature. The zipper itself is obviously not waterproof, but it is hidden behind this flap, which is obviously zip and Velcro, which means that the water is going to stay out, the elements are going to stay out, and you'll be nice and dry and comfortable. If we go on to the inside of the jacket here, or inside of the liner here, excuse me, you will notice a couple of things. All the seams are fully sealed, so no issues there, and you will notice that it is a Hydrotex 3L liner. This is going to be extremely waterproof. It is going to be windproof, but it's also going to be breathable. It's very highly breathable, so you do still have that comfort level while you are avoiding the water and the wind. Moving on from there, you notice a couple of things. Not a whole lot going on the inside. There's only one pocket. It is going to be this pocket right here. It is just a standard zipper. It is going to be roughly the size of my hand, maybe just a little bit smaller. You could probably fit your average size smartphone in here. You might struggle a little bit with the opening if you have a bigger phone, but should fit in there just fine. And because it is on the inside of the waterproof layer, this pocket automatically becomes waterproof as well. Outside of this pocket here, again, not a whole lot else going on, with the exception of the draw cord at the bottom. Like the outer shell, you do have full adjustment of the waist with the draw cord here. Taking a quick look at the sleeves, you do get a Velcro adjustment here at the cuffs. That way you can adjust it nice and tight or nice and loose. And then again on the inside, you do have these buttons to attach to the layer that goes on the inside, making sure that your sleeves are not going up and down as you're taking off and on the jacket. And then looking at the back of the waterproof liner, one last thing to note, you do get a REV'IT logo on the upper back here right below the collar. It is going to be reflective as well, so combining this with the front logo and the reflective on the arms, you do get quite a bit of visibility. And I do like the color break here between the gray and the black. It does again complete that look of being a nice finished liner that you can wear on its own or on the outside. Alright, and then last but not least, we do have the included thermal liner. This one is going to be for the inside of your jacket. It is going to again be a finished liner. I don't think it looks quite as attractive as the rain liner or the waterproof liner, but it still does look really good. Can be worn on its own or can be worn obviously with the jacket itself. You do get that same reflective REV'IT logo on the front. You got the same buttons here as well for how you attach it to the different layers. You can actually wear this with the outer shell, with or without the waterproof liner. So you do have the 3 liners, or the 2 liners plus the outer shell, really allowing you to customize the fit, feel, and protection of the jacket against the elements. So a lot of adjustability there. You'll notice a regular zipper, obviously not a waterproof layer in its own, so therefore no need for a waterproof zipper. You do get a little bit of a flap here, which does help keep some of the wind out, but again, you know, nice and simple as far as the closure. You do get pockets in the front here. They are just hand warmers, quite large. My hands are down here. They come all the way up, so pretty good size. Again, I wear a size large glove, so definitely a lot of space for keeping your hands warm. As we flip the thermal liner open, a little bit shiny and reflective on the inside, pretty smooth and comfortable, should keep you nice and comfortable as you wear it. Not a whole lot going on the inside as far as pockets are concerned. Nothing on this side here, just one pocket on this side here, and it's a simple button closure. Again, about the size of my hand, and that's going to be pretty much it. You do get another waist adjustment at the bottom with a draw cord. Great, all 3 layers, the thermal, the waterproof, and the outer shell all have it, so really nice and tight, nice and comfortable, keeping all the elements out. As we look at the back of the thermal liner, you do get one REV'IT logo. It is a reflective stripe with a printed black logo on top. And then outside of that, not a whole lot going on, just a very clean, simple, classic liner. And then I'm sure you've noticed by now, it is a full sleeve liner. A lot of times liners can be just the vest. In this case, you do get the full sleeve. And then on the sleeves, you get a little bit of this stretchy material right here, a little bit of a spandex to help keep this tight against your wrists or against your gloves, again, to keep you nice and warm. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the Sand 5 H2O jacket, let's go ahead and take a look at the matching Sand 5 H2O pants. Now the pants are pretty much identical to the jacket in the fact that they have similar materials, and they also feature that same 3-layer design. You still get that outer shell, you still get the waterproof liner, and the thermal liner as well. And the pants, like the jacket, also do get a CE AA rating. Now while the jacket comes in 5 colors for the men's version, the pants only come in 2. One is a simple all black color and the other is going to be a silver and black combination. Like the jacket, there are both men's and women's versions of the pants, and for the men's, they come in sizes ranging from small to 4XL with length options of short, standard, and long. Based off my jacket size and my previous experiences with REV'IT, I assumed that my usual size XL would fit me just fine, and I was right. I put on the pair of pants in the XL and they fit me exactly as they should. Now do keep in mind these pants come in different lengths. Even though I am 6 foot, I am much more torso than I am legs, so the short version actually fit me quite a bit better than the standard length. Let's go ahead and dive into a close-up look of the pants. Like the jacket, primary construction is going to be high density polyester 600D. There is going to be some 3D air mesh, polyester ripstop, as well as PWR shell stretch. Now the overall design does look good, and it obviously matches the aesthetic of the jacket. Let's go ahead and start right from the top. You'll notice immediately there is a long connection zipper as well as a short connection zipper. This will allow you to match up perfectly to the Sand 5 jacket. Moving on from there, the main closure is going to be a regular zipper. It does have a nice size pull tab, so even with gloves on, you can operate it. Right above that, we do have a belt closure. Very simple, you press down, it releases, snaps in when you're ready to use it. Once you release it, you'll notice there's a button behind that. Pop open the button, and there you are. That is going to be your primary closure. The belt is a nice touch because it does allow you to adjust the waist size, so it helps you kind of control that fit even further. And then behind the main belt, there is actually a gaiter which is going to keep water and other elements out, so definitely helps out with that waterproof bit. Moving on from there, there are going to be 2 hand warmer pockets, one on each side. On this side, you have a simple button closure. It's pretty big, fits about the size of my hand, and then on the other side, you're actually going to have a zipper closure, again, about the size of my hand. So 2 different pocket closures, but the same style and type of pocket. Moving down from there, this is going to be where the main ventilation is. Just like on the jacket, you do have the Velcro on top. Once you undo the Velcro, you pull the 2 zippers. And just like that, you have full ventilation on the pants. Now, just like on the jacket, there is the 3D air mesh here. It's a little bit lifted up. Again, helps promote that airflow. And then not on both sides, only on this side, you also get this little pocket here. It does have a single button closure. It is pretty deep, so you have that for storage as well. Just like on the jacket too, you can take this and tuck it all the way down, or you can flip it in half and use the button closure here, button snap, to give you that roughly halfway open setup. That way, if you don't want the full airflow, you can kind of tailor the airflow for yourself like that. And like I mentioned, on this side, there is not a pocket. It's just a straight opening all the way through. So a little bit of a difference in the two, but same overall purpose. Right underneath the main vents here at the bottom of the vents, you are going to get some graphics here. This graphic is going to have a reflective material and then obviously a reflective bar right there. So really nice to have for that nighttime visibility. You have a nice stretch panel right here. It's going to be very comfortable as far as bending at the knee. If you're in the riding position or walking off the bike, it's nice to have that extra stretch right there. And then just like on the jacket, a little bit of an overlay here to avoid some of that extra wear and tear. Flipping right over to the back, you do have a nice little REV'IT logo right here on the belt line. It does look like it should be reflective material, but it's actually not. It's just kind of a gray color that's been printed on. And then right below that, in the seat, you do get some grip material here. This will obviously help you stay on the bike a little bit better. And speaking of grip, as we work our way down the inside of the leg, you do get a nice leather panel on each side. This will definitely help you with gripping the tank. And then just below that, you are going to get adjuster belts at the calf, just a regular simple adjuster belt that works really well. And then making our way all the way to the bottom of the Sand 5 pants, you do have reflective material right here on each side, which is going to be nice. And then a very strong Velcro opening. This Velcro opening is going to open up the pants quite a bit. This will make it a lot easier to get the pants on over your boots. And then once you have them on, you can then use the Velcro to adjust just how tight you want the pants to be. Making our way to the inside of the Sand 5 pants, you are going to find hip armor included. This is going to be level 1 C-Flex hip armor. Very comfortable, very minimal. Good protection, but obviously very thin and comfortable. And then for the knees, included is going to be level 2 C-Flex armor. This is going to be T+, T-, so definitely works in both hot and cold temperatures. It is quite flexible for level 2, and then obviously quite a lot of airflow. Pretty much the same stuff that you have in the Sand 5 jacket. And then as I mentioned before, here is a quick look on the inside. You do get that waterproof layer, just like you do on the jacket, as well as the thermal layer, again, just like on the jacket. Unlike the jacket where it's all button system, here is just a zipper all the way around, and then button system down in the pant legs to pull the liners in and out. Some of the major differences between the jacket and the pants is that on the jacket, the liner, the waterproof liner, is going to be a destination liner. It does wear on its own. In the pants, same thing. The major difference though is the thermal liner, as you can see, has no zipper, no closure, so it is not going to be a destination liner. It's one that you can only wear on the inside of the pants. Last but not least, let's take a look at the Sand 5 gloves from REV'IT. Now, like the pants and the jacket, the gloves are more of an evolution rather than a start from scratch, and they are available in both a men's and women's version. Looking at the men's version, it starts from a size extra small, goes all the way up to a 4XL. Now, typically in a REV'IT glove, I do wear a size large, and in this case, I tried on a size large, and they fit me exactly as I expect them to. Now, one thing to mention about these gloves is a lot of times when I do wear gloves, it feels like there's a little bit of extra material here and here. I wouldn't say that these gloves are tight, but they're a little bit more of a tailored fit, if you will, so a lot less loose material, and they fit a lot more snug with the hand. So not too tight to where it's uncomfortable, but really kind of that perfect tailored fit is the best way I can explain it. Color-wise, there are 4 different colors available. There's the all black, the silver red, the gray red, as well as the sand black. All right, so starting at the top here, we do have a lot of 3D air mesh. It also goes throughout the top of the hand and on the fingers. This is going to give you quite a bit of that breathability, so really nice for that warmer weather. Right here on top of the wrist, you do have some PWR 4-way stretch. As you can see, it goes all the way across here and into the thumb. This is going to go a long way for that stretch comfort and that dexterity. And then really nice little REV'IT logo here with a bit of a splash of color. I really do like that nice touch right there. The knuckle protector is going to be a TPR injected knuckle. As you can see, it is quite large, goes all the way across the knuckles, plus on the finger knuckles here as well, and then a little bit on top of the wrist up here. So Really nice and big, a lot of protection, but it is quite flexible. And as you can see with all the holes in it, it is going to be quite breathable as well. Underneath the knuckle protector, you do have temper foam for extra comfort. So again, a lot of dexterity, a lot of comfort. And then with this knuckle protector, you are going to get a CE1 KP rating. And then as we make our way further down the fingers, you will notice that you have accordion stretch panels on 3 of the main fingers. That's obviously going to help with that dexterity when you're gripping the handlebars or the throttle. And then you do get some perforation here in the fingertips. Obviously good for that airflow as well. And then on the inside, on the index finger and on the thumb, you are going to get that leather connect. That's going to work great on your touchscreens and your smartphones. And then as we jump over to the pinky, you will notice there's an additional overlay that goes all the way up the pinky and all the way up the side of the glove. Nice little REV'IT logo right here. It is one of their 3D ones that kind of sticks out, so I do like that. And then as you look at that overlay, you will notice there is a TPU hard slider right here on the knuckle. And speaking of the hard sliders, on the inside you do get one right here on the palm, nice and good size, good shape. And then you do also get another one right here on the thumb. I think it's really important to have this one right here because you do have that bone right here on the knuckle, so nice to have that protected as well. And then as we make our way to the inside, the primary construction is going to be goat skin leather. A little bit of perforation on the fingers and on the palm, so a little bit of extra airflow there. And then you do get an extra layer of grip right here. It is an overlay. Covers the entire part right here where you normally grip the handlebars, and then it goes into the thumb as well. So this will give you additional grip, but it'll also help resist some of that extra wear and tear from continuous use and grabbing the handlebar. And then as we make our way back to the wrist, I already mentioned the 3D logo right here that I think looks really good. You do get a pull tab. This is great for putting on the gloves, but also a great way to hang up the gloves when you're not using them. And then you do get a Velcro closure. Pretty good size Velcro right here, nice and strong. Plenty of adjustment for you as you're adjusting your gloves. And then a little bit of a stretch panel right here as you're putting them on and on, makes it a little bit easier. So you go ahead and pull them, adjust them as you see fit. And I do like a little bit of extra color stitching right here. It does break up the black a little bit. As I mentioned earlier, they do get the CE1 KP rating. And then on the inside of the Sand 5 gloves, you do get a tri-fleece liner, which is very comfortable. Feels really good on the hands. So just overall, the Sand 5 gloves, they feel really good. They have good dexterity and obviously good protection. Overall, the Sand 5 jacket, pants, and gloves from REV'IT are a great continuation of the Sand line and are definitely worth checking out if you are looking for a multi-layer adventure setup. At the time of this recording, the Sand 5 jacket retails for $529.99, the pants retail for $399.99, and the gloves for $119.99. All right, so that's going to be it for the Sand 5 line from REV'IT. Be sure to visit Motorcyclegear.com, hit us up in the comments below or via phone chat or email, as we're always here to help you out with your moto gear needs. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.